And welcome to the Denver Sports Betting Show UFC edition. As always, I got my fight squad, Taylor, Ryan, and this week's special guest, BKFC Cruiserweight champion, Chris Camozzi. You fighters, you always give us something to talk about. This week, UFC had some settlement money go out, and you know about this being in the UFC. What happened with that?
Well, you saw my Ferrari in the parking lot.
Thanks, Dana.
No, I mean, I don't know. Was it this week? Did they announce it? Because
I heard about it this week, so I don't know when it really happened or what's going on, but I guess how did it come about?
I got a little bit more inside info, I guess, because I'm part of a WhatsApp group with all of the fighters in the lawsuit and the attorneys and stuff. The attorneys decided that it was a lot easier to just put everybody in a group and, you know, not answer every question, but start throwing it in there. It's a class action lawsuit. The UFC lost. Did they lose? I don't know. I think they still made more money on the back end. So, like, you know, when you talk about a big corporation, they're like, cool, done, we'll pay it.
Yeah, it's kind of relative.
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy about it. I think that there's change coming.
What was the lawsuit over?
Yeah, so the show is literally not long enough to even talk about it. Okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to sum it up. Essentially, the fighters weren't getting their correct pro rata share of what they should have from revenue and everything else. The split wasn't the same. There's a thing called the Ali Act. I don't have enough time to go into that. I know these are short segments, so you need to Google the Ali Act. But there is a big push, and I will say, and I'll send you guys the link. The UFC, I have love-hate relationship. Like, they're great to me, but there is a petition going on because they're trying to kill the Ali Act, and there's so many ways I can say why. The Ali Act is fighter favorable, and we need that to not happen. And they're also trying to kill it in boxing. So UFC, love you guys. You're always great to me, but at the same time, it's business. Yeah. If you want to know more about it, I can go more in depth, but you're gonna have to hit me up, and I can send you articles, or you guys.
We'll have you back.
It is literally a very long. This could be an hour show if we're talking about it.
Yeah, but you know, I think we're all in agreement. UFC fighter pay has been way too low for way too long. You guys are obviously going through it, so you know a lot more about it than myself. But Taylor, you're the one that brought this to my attention. What's your thoughts on fighter pay and the settlement money?
Well, I just got one question. So I've been hearing a couple different fighters of what they're going to do. Okay. What are you going to do when you get the money? You're going to do anything fun? You're going to do anything smart with it? What's your plan?
I think you already know the answer. No, I'm not going to do anything fun. Like, listen, all right, so here's the thing. Like, fighters, don't get me wrong. I love a ton of them and everything, and I love the community, but they're not always the smartest, right? Like, I joked about the Ferrari. Am I going to get this money because it is a lot of money that they owe me? Am I going to go buy a car? No, I'm not. This money was meant to be like change guys' lives, right? It comes back to you. So, I mean, I'm in commercial real estate myself, so I'm a broker here in Denver. But for me, this is a chance where I'm going to start buying in on deals. I'm going to start buying my own. But the reason I'm going to do that is because it's not cash up front. I'm going to invest it that's going to pay me lifelong, for the future. Now I can tell you, and I'll tell you guys off air and show you, but there's a lot of fighters in the chat that are buying cars and other, like, it's just short-sighted.
I'm sure they've already bought it.
Yeah, there's a few that are like, hey, when is this coming? Because the date has moved.
Yeah. The Bentley is coming up.
For me, it's lifelong investment money that is, I told you guys before we got on here, it's like a savings account I forgot about.
And I just hope that you are able to set an example for some of these people. Like you said, you've been in the fight game since 2006. You've seen so much stuff. I just hope a lot of people follow your lead and spend the money wisely because, like you said, I mean, this could be life-changing for a lot of people. So you deserve it. We're going to keep petitioning on the show for better fighter pay every single week because we're all in agreement there. And I'm glad you guys won.
Yeah, I would actually like it if you guys would share the link for the petition because it's not just for fighters, but it's like they need a certain amount of signatures to push this through. Like, they've been lobbying at the House. I think the Ali Act is great for everybody. And the best way to sum it up is if you're a fight fan and you think boxing is dead, there's a reason boxing's dead, because the best don't fight the best. The UFC is able to force them to under contract, but if the Ali Act continues into MMA, which it only exists in boxing, then that means you can see the best from every organization fight each other. It gives the fighters freedom to bounce around and make the best fighters fight the best. So as a fan, you want the Ali Act.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm in great support of that. We will follow the link, and be sure to go along with the link and sign the petition if you agree with what Chris said, because it is very important and it's only going to make the sport we love that much better. Speaking of something about the sport we love, this is something very crazy. I don't know if it's real or not. You would be the best man to ask for it. The world's baddest man competition, a year-long competition where everybody from 185 pounds to 265 pounds fight bare knuckle for $25 million. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I love it.
Okay.
I mean, on bird's eye view, I love it.
Yeah.
Looking down $25 million, that's about what you guys got here on the table, right?
Yeah, these are all real too.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it's awesome. Me as champion, I don't know this for sure. I haven't even had a conversation with them about it, but I feel like I would get an automatic in if I wanted.
You should.
Now there's a reverse side to that. They could be like, no champions allowed, because that locks up the division. I'm interested. I don't know all the details to it, as you guys don't either. So I'm waiting for some more clarification on that. I'm an older fighter, right? I'm 38, which isn't super old, but I have to weigh out if my body can handle, 5 fights in a year, training camp. I have a full-time job. I have other stuff that I do. Like, I'm always busy. So I just need details on like how that's going to work. And I'm hoping that they put that out to us or the public first, because there's a lot more clarification that needs to happen.
Yeah, it seemed very spur of the moment, very exciting, but very spur of the moment.
Well, this is the second time they've announced it too.
Oh, okay. So, second time, maybe they're getting it down. They're working on the details.
I'm also interested in the states that sanctioned it, because like, not that I think it's wrong. I'm all for an open tournament, but there's a lot of like really strict athletic commissions.
I think it's going to have to be out of the country. Yeah. I don't know if any in-state sporting commission is going to approve that. Ryan, you are somebody very tuned in to this. What's your thoughts on a year-long tournament between all the world's baddest dudes?
Yeah, like if it happens, like why wouldn't you watch that? That's amazing. For like 25 mil, would you just like, if no champs can be in it, would you be like, yo, I relinquish this for 25 mil if you want to do it? Like,
I mean, I'm interested in being in it. Yeah, I think it's over a year. So how many fights is that? I forget how many. It's like
6 fights.
Five or six
fights in total.
6 fights is a lot. I think Neil Magny has a record. Neil Magny or Donald Cerrone, both Denver guys. One of them has the record for most UFC fights in a year, and I think it was 5.
Wow.
So you're talking about bare knuckle fights, injuries, hand breaks, cuts. There's a lot of moving pieces. I think a year is too short.
It's crazy. So I hope it happens. I will definitely be tuned in if it does. But Taylor, if you could pick anybody, present or past, to be in your baddest dude competition, who would you pick?
Like, we're talking like baddest, like in and outside of the ring and all that. I would have to go with Mirko Cro Cop, just because, like, I mean, he's like Russian
Special forces.
assassin and everything, all
He's
that.
Croatian first off.
Croatian assassin.
There's a difference.
But, I would have to go with him, but I would give an honorable mention to the Diaz brothers.
Okay, I don't think there's honorable mentions in the baddest dude, but
There is.
I'll let you stick. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
I'm going Kimbo. I feel like Kimbo.
Rest in peace.
I know, R.I.P. Like, but I
That
love
didn't
Kimbo.
work out.
Yeah, I was gonna see when he got put against
You're gonna have to
other
delete
bad
that.
dudes.
Bro, but like, I know like the MMA, like it was tough, but like those street videos, like we grew up on those. Like those were fun to watch, but I get it, the record and everything, but I'm still putting Kimbo in there.
Okay.
Before you ask me, I got to ask, like, what are we talking here? Baddest? Like, are we talking
Just
toughest, most
tough-
dangerous, craziest?
All of them, all encompassing. The craziest, the most savage, just, I'm not going to say somebody that you would fear, because you obviously don't fear too many people, but for me, the like last person I would want to see standing in front of me if I was on the other side.
I'm going to say a name that most people won't recognize, and you're going to have to Google him, but because it is a crazy story, and there's a Netflix show about him. Lightning Lee Murray. You guys know who that is?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. So he got his shot with the UFC. He was in the early UFC for, supposedly it goes up and down. There's a lot of people that verify it did happen, a lot that don't. He knocked out Tito Ortiz as a bouncer of a club.
Okay.
So Lee Murray was the bouncer in England who was like a gangster out there that was always like committing crimes. Knocked out Tito in a bar fight while Tito was champion. So the UFC signed him.
It was post fight, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
on a post, he was out on the town.
Lee
when he
Murray
got
also
knocked out.
fought
Then he got knocked out after his fight?
Yeah, after he won. And Lee Murray also fought Anderson Silva in Rage in the Cage. But then he went on to conduct the biggest bank heist in European history. And they never busted him for it. But he's in prison right now with his cell phone. So he still does interviews in Morocco. So he fled to Morocco. They busted everybody else on his team. But he robbed a mint.
Wow.
Yeah, and they never found the money. So
Wow.
he's sitting on it. And he's locked up for something different.
See, and that just goes to show you there are a lot of bad individuals you don't even know about.
The show is called Chasing Lightning. It's on Netflix.
I'm going to watch
Yeah,
that.
that
That
sounds
already
dope.
sounds extremely interesting to
It
me.
is crazy.
Ryan, tell the people who I'm going to say.
Oh man,
Mom?
Jones.
No.
The baddest man, the greatest champion mixed martial arts has ever seen. Give me John Jones. That is the last individual I would ever want to see standing in front of me. But with that being said, that wraps up our show. Chris, is there anybody you would like to shout out? Sponsors, friends, anybody that's important to you that's helped you get to this point?
Man, everybody. There's too many people to even like take it. The whole city of Denver, being able to represent the U.S. and going to Italy and fighting is a dream come true. You know, being world champion right here from Denver, Colorado. I went to high school here, grew up here. Yeah, it's just it's a really cool experience. And there's a lot of people I'd like to shout out, but I'm not going to kill your guys' time with that. And I think the people that I should be shouting out will appreciate that.
Okay, well, you have the whole city of Denver behind you. How can the people follow you on social media?
Man, so I think Instagram is about the only one I use anymore. It's at Chris Camozzi MMA. I don't fight MMA anymore. I got to get that one changed. But that's where you can find me. And other than that, around town, because I'm selling commercial real estate all over here. So if you need somebody, I'll beat somebody in your building for you.
Who better to have in your corner than the bare knuckle champion of the world? August 25th, be sure to tune in, catch his fight. It is going down in Rome, Italy. And I just can't thank you enough. This is the second time you've been on the show. Third time I think I've interviewed you. So you've been a great guest. You have great friends here at the Denver Sports Betting Show. So thank you again. And I know I will be tuned in. I know the city of Denver will be tuned in to watch you defend your title. Thanks to our official sponsor, Assured Roofing. You can score $2,000 off your next roof, whether it's just damage from hail or it's just time for an upgrade. Assured Roofing has your back, just like we've got yours on these bets. Quality work, local experts, and right now $2,000 off your next roofing project. So while you're betting smart, call Assured Roofing and invest on a solid win for your home. Be sure to use Denver Sports Betting for this special promotion.